Dun dun dun
Ah.
dun.
What's
You know
up,
what?
my crypto? Yeah.
I had to do it. I had to. For
What'd you
once,
do?
I
Did
want to
you-
be the person that cuts people off.
Well, thank you. For once, I want to be the person not getting cut off.
So I have an idea. I think that in chat, they should write the intro for next week. And then whichever intro is written that gets the most likes, or whichever one we think is the most hilarious, is the one that we have Matt read each week.
Okay, but before we do that, Fry, let me just put out a disclaimer. We're not financial advisors. Don't
At all.
listen to us. Some of us may be morons by definition. We're not 100% sure on that. And
sure.
so just this is entertainment only. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was going to let Matt finish up.
Wait. I was
Matt,
just
what
thinking
were you gonna
about.
say?
I was just thinking about something else. Nah, just
Okay.
kidding. I just wanted to. I
figured
interrupt
you were kidding.
All right, go ahead.
Well, what's up, my CryptoComics compatriots?
Not much. What's up with you?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'd
How's
like to
Matt
welcome
today?
everybody out to the CryptoComics Couch Podcast. And
you didn't answer how Matt is today. How's Matt today?
you know what?
Yeah,
I'm
we
doing
wanna
good,
know.
but I'm about to strangle two mother truckers.
Whoa!
Flunkers, just say flunker.
Whoa!
Trucker.
Oh,
Truck driver.
nice one.
Trucker.
Mother trucker, trucking on down the road. Mother trucker, trucking on down the road. Yeah.
Is he going to sing this whole time?
If our language doesn't get us canceled, Jared's singing well.
Yeah, really.
What are you talking about, man?
So did you want to finish?
Yeah, I hear you, Illusion. I hear you.
No. I gave
Okay.
up.
Just so you.
All right, let me check in with chat. Rose says, hello from Rose. Just wondering, what did you think of Titans Season 3 finale? We're going to have to ask Matt about that one. Matt, did you watch Titans Season 3 finale?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the Titans.
It's been a while since I watched the finale, but it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. So, it's been longer than 2 weeks, so I feel like I can give some spoilers.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
everybody said in the chat that 2 weeks is fair game.
I think that was the agreement. Yes.
So they finally had a showdown with the Scarecrow, and I have to say, this was one of my favorite kind of renditions of the Scarecrow.
Okay.
Although I don't even remember a scene throughout the whole season where he got dressed up in the traditional Scarecrow costume, but he was definitely unnerving. So, yeah,
Ooh.
I was digging it.
Like in a have to poop in a public bathroom kind of unnerving, or
what did they make him look like
What's
the
the other end
Scarecrow
of
from the Dark Knight, or did they give him a whole new look?
He was a whole new guy, whole new character. So
interesting.
Okay, well, Andrew Dodge comes in and says, "Hey guys, happy Couch Day." Also says that I look like I'm in a closet.
Crutchy.
I rearranged my space a little bit.
He is in a closet. We always keep him in the closet, under the stairs, guys. Remember? He's got to keep working. Shut your mouth, Fry. Get to work.
Someday I'll come out of the closet. Matt's been telling me that for years.
Well, that explains all them love notes you send me.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a writer.
I'm married.
Nobody's just says I'm married. That's his. I'm married. Nobody's just says, "How is everyone this Monday?" And says, "Also, Jared, the elf is supposed to be on the shelf, not in your pocket." I don't.
Jack likes to hang out with me. I can't help it.
Every Monday you should have the elf in like a different spot throughout.
Every morning, Jack is in a different spot. What are you talking about? It is a burden that parents bear to make it great for our kids.
We don't know the age of the demographic that's watching this show. There could be some children watching. So maybe the elf
Jack
dances
is
around by
magical.
himself.
Jack is magical, man. He does it himself.
Yeah.
That's why he's chilling with me.
So you named him Jack, huh?
Yeah.
My kids named our elf Eggnog.
Oh, nice, dude. I love eggnog.
Right?
Jack and Eggnog are actually really good friends.
Oh,
Man, my kids just named the elf dirty words. I feel
Like
a
Mother
little
Trucker?
off now.
well, what
Like
is it
Yeah.
doing on your shelf? That's what I want to know.
Like Mother Trucker.
Oh Lord, Jared, you're not in charge of chat.
Oh my gosh, you're so
Rose Kirby
whatever.
says, "Hey Fry, have you been banished to the cupboard because you've been naughty, or do you think aliens are coming?" Oh no, why did we do that?
No,
There
no.
goes
Definitely the
Jared.
aliens. Definitely the aliens. I mean, the dude's got tinfoil in, like, right next to him. I kid you not.
I have a badge for the next time Jared starts going off on a rant. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. There you go,
Dude.
chat. If you guys can get them going, you might.
Guess what?
might
I
receive
just saw a
special
video
badge.
on a triangle airplane.
Leslie
made
comes
by
in
the
and
US
says,
government.
"Hey everyone."
Hey, Leslie.
And then Rose Kirby says, "Do you think he's gone, or you like me?" Very confused at the ending, Matt.
Very confused.
Who's gone?
Scarecrow, I'm assuming.
Well, the Scarecrow was the main villain behind Red Hood. Red
Okay.
Hood he did leave, but he's kind of on that redemption path. So, yeah.
We've
Was
all
there
been
anything
there.
confusing about the end of Titans that would cause confusion?
It's been a few weeks, but I don't remember there being any confusion. I could be wrong though, but
Did Robin look awesome in his outfit, or was it night?
oh yeah, the costumes except for Star Sapphire's costume, I think all of the costumes are truly top notch on that show.
What's wrong with Starfire? Or wait, is it Star?
Yeah.
It's Starfire, right? Yeah. What's wrong with Starfire?
Wait.
She's like awesome.
Oh, sorry,
Is it Starfire?
The Sapphire. That's a different character. Starfire, her character is it's too discotheque, I should say.
Says the man
Okay.
with the shoes that we've seen.
Okay, that's a
It's
little
worse.
shocking.
It's worse.
It's
I mean,
worse.
you might need a little dose of humility here, Matt. That's all I'm getting at.
Dude, don't listen to him. Flaunt your stuff, boy.
Dominic said, "Hey, how's everyone?"
Hey, Dom.
Alicia says, "Your elf is named Jack." Okay.
Hell
That
yeah.
dog sounds adorable. Andrew Dodge says, "We'll
Sounds
still love you to
tasty.
come out of the closet once in a while, Fry. Tell him to let me."
Well,
The only
I
way
mean,
to
love
eat
is such a
if I slide
strong
pancakes under the
word.
door.
Oh, dude, bullcrap. I sent you bacon last time.
Nobody's illusion says, "Oh, Bachelor, you never sent me bacon. Why
Under
would
the
you
door.
say something like that?"
Totally slipped you bacon, man.
Now
I
you
swear it
owe
was
me
bacon.
bacon.
Well, it was turkey bacon, but
Oh,
That's not even real.
that's
hey,
wrong.
I
Hey,
thought that was
he
further
can't
punishment.
handle it. He needs a diet, so I gave him turkey bacon.
Oh
Turkey-
man, I called an
thought you liked
attorney,
him.
explained to him that I thought I was in Guantanamo Bay. It was
Turkey bacon?
Dude. First of all, bro, we didn't do waterboarding. We didn't do anything.
Matt said that's
mean
what I
to you.
had to do to start working here.
No,
Oh, you
dude,
guys
you're
are-
supposed. Do you remember? You're not supposed to talk about it. Yeah, many Christmas.
Oh Lord. Well, if anybody's wondering, as you guys may have noticed in the description for this video, we plan to have a very fabulous guest joining us this evening. That being said, he's having some connection issues, Bazil is, and so we're gonna buy a little bit of time, try to give him some time to get on, talk about comic stuff, talk
Hoping
about
he can
news,
make
talk about
it.
whatever.
But he's like literally across the world.
Across. Are you going with the flat Earth thing now too, Jared? Is that where this is going?
Yeah, dude. So check this out. I mean, technically speaking, the ice walls, we can't prove that they're not real, right?
This is rad. Cameron comes in on Facebook, says, "Jared celebrating Kwanzaa?"
Kwanzaa.
Actually,
What
could
is
be.
Kwanzaa?
We don't know.
What's Kwanzaa? I don't even think Kwanzaa exists. Is it real?
Oh, Jared. Yes, it's real.
Oh,
We'll find
are you
out.
serious?
We're gonna find out right now.
That was
Kwanzaa
really insulting, buddy.
is an annual celebration of African American culture that is held from December 26th to January 1st. Yes, I am celebrating Kwanzaa.
Don't yell. Don't yell.
Kwanzaa.
Oh, jeez. All right. Rose says, I'm very confused. I don't get the ending. I watched it 8 times. I just don't get the ending, that is. They just keep
I
it
haven't
open
seen
for
it.
another season or something? I haven't seen it either.
Oh, Jack, be careful, bud.
Yeah, they did. They're definitely going for a few more seasons.
Hold on. Nobody's Illusion says Jared's Conspiracy Corner. Is this something we should
How
run
did you
with?
know
Should we
I
just
had a
let
whole
Jared
corner?
go off for like 15 minutes each stream on just the most random conspiracy he's found that week?
Actually, I got a better idea. How about this? If you guys put a conspiracy in the chat, we'll talk about it.
We will. We will.
Oh, you guys probably won't.
Do we have to?
You don't have connections.
I don't know how many states
connections
away
to
we
the
are, but I could
super
feel JD
conscience.
Smith Digiartist excitement just ramp up right there.
All right, dude. He's probably got like.
Frog Toys, what's up, man? Says the Earth is flat. Why are all the other planets round? That's a good point. Why, Jared?
Yeah, come on, Jared. You got something to say
Sorry, I
about
wasn't paying attention. I was looking at that one that you jumped over from Crutchy, where I said love is a little too strong. Sorry.
I'm trying to keep going through chat.
Why are all the other planets round? Do you know they're round? Have you been there, Dominic?
I mean, you can literally look through even
that's the question you got to ask, because honestly, think about it this way. A flat disc still looks round.
So you're saying all of the, like, our Earth would be flat, and so we're up on the top, and every single planet
are we on the top? We might be in the middle.
Hey, shh. So every single telescope that you can see, all the Earths are or all the other planets are facing us.
Oh, I was about to say, how many Earths are there, Matt?
I meant planets.
Yeah, so it really depends on how you see those planets, right? With your telescope.
So you're saying that every other planet is flat, like our tactical coaster in the swag pack.
Yes,
every one of them is perfectly positioned so that where you are standing at on Earth, from your perspective, you only see it as round.
Okay, explain to me why the moon doesn't spin.
Gravity.
Gravity? Gravity is why the moon doesn't spin?
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Did you guys hear about the warp bubble that they actually made?
No.
Warp?
Are you doing this too now to me, Matt?
Did they blow a bubble and it created a warp field or something?
Yes. Basically, these guys from NASA have discovered that a warp field is possible. So, as of right now, it was 5 microns large, I believe.
It's really small. 8 micron is the size of a red blood cell.
They could have just followed me into a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet and figured that out. Probably with a much lower budget.
Oh my gosh, it was funded by DARPA.
J. Smith Digiartist says, fabulous guest must be Darren Davis. It's not actually. It's Bazil from Zenara. And Andrew Dutch, thank you for chiming that in. Appreciate that. Always there to help everyone out in chat. We appreciate you. Nobody's Loser says,
Zenara Comics. Yes, we love aliens. I can't wait until they come and give us free energy.
Rose Kirby
Lord
comes
knows
in
that
and
would
say,
change the state of the planet.
Hey, Matt, the Red Dwarf episode is called Polymorph. It's actually on YouTube.
I will check that out. I love the Red Dwarf. It's friggin' hilarious.
Nobody's Illusion, making fun of Jared's pronunciations. Cameron says, go to the horizon and it curves.
Yeah. Nobody said that flat, think about it this way. There's all those valleys and mountains and stuff like that. So it's not flat Earth as in everything is flat. It's flat Earth as in it's a disc and it kind of mounds over with a little bit of mountain in the middle. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of peak, a little bit of Grand Teton, if you will.
I got a question here. Jared, do you actually believe in this whole flat Earth thing?
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
You'd
thank
have
God.
to be
Thank
freaking
God.
brain dead to freaking buy that shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe this so far. I was just like, this
Really?
is not good. Yeah,
Dude,
you
first of
sold it
all,
with
first
dedication.
of
buddy.
all, so there was an experiment done by a guy back in the, I think it was the 1800s. I'm not 100% sure on the date, but he was able to prove that we do live on an orb before they had pictures from outer space, because as a ship would sail away from the coast, you would see it descend over, and so the mast, like the ship would disappear but the mast would still be visible, and so
I
he
believe that was
used
in the
there was a whole equation
1700s,
he
but
built
yeah.
around it.
We've known about the Earth being round for a lot longer than that, but
Yeah, this was mathematically proven. And actually, did you know that there's like coastal drawings clear back dating to like the freaking, what is it, 1400s or something like that, where they don't believe that, from like an aerial view. So I'm pretty sure aliens have been here since the Egyptians.
wait, the aliens?
Oh yeah, dude, are you kidding?
He
Dude,
just
where do you
takes it
think
in
we got all
stride,
of our
doesn't he,
technology, man? Where do you think we came from, dude? We were, first of all, aliens came to this planet. They found, actually, going straight out of the Bible, the sons of God mated with the daughters of man. Boom, right there. That's Genesis, baby. Like, come on, it was the aliens. They created the human species.
So JD
serve
Smith says you can watch 24-hour NASA stream over on Theater TV. You know what's fun to watch on streams, by the way, or launches for like SpaceX, stuff like that.
They really are cool.
fun.
Yeah. I don't like watching old Bezos's launch.
And then JD Smith says 23 hours. I mean, NASA actually doesn't stream while CryptoComics is on.
Did you? Well, last I checked, the whole world stops when CryptoComics is on. Thank you, by the way, world.
JD says, Jared, your jazz heads aren't helping explain your 1800s.
Jazz, baby, jazz. Oh, jazz, baby, jazz.
Right, should I give out the code?
Yeah, Frog Twist says,
first of all, jazz hands.
Matt,
those aren't jazz hands. Those are like the 30s, man.
All right, badge code is on in the chat now.
Dun 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 dun. Oh man,
Illumina Jared. Oh, I don't have that one, I don't think.
Okay, well, let's go through here. Let me share screen.
Boom, 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 boom.
For some reason, it is not wanting to.
And actually, the Illuminati really is pretty like lame these days. Now it's more like the cabal. Oh, dude, I love that. Told you.
Hold on. Let's see. Can you guys see? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, you can. Okay, so in order to claim the badge, guys, all you got to do is log in, go to your dashboard on CryptoComics. You're going to scroll down just a tad, and you're going to see all these different action cards. You can just scroll horizontally over to the right, and the last card that you see is actually for my badges. You're going to type in the badge code, which right here is on the screen. Illumina. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Illumi Jared.
And then go ahead and hit enter.
Also known as the 13th family.
Fantastic.
Oh,
and keep in mind, everybody, that when you claim badges, adds onto your profile page, so you can show them off and win. Okay, so we've got chat's going crazy with conspiracy theories now at some point, but this isn't conspiracy theory couch.
Oh, but it might be, because we got somebody talking about underwater temples off the coast of Cuba.
No, the best one is Nobody's Illusions comment. Oh, you guys got to jump to that one.
So the question is, what kind
Nobody's Illusion says Jared is at it again with his conspiracy theories. This badge is awarded to all those who have had to sit through all of his nonsense.
What are you talking about? Nonsense, man. This is real, guys.
The art of the badge.
This is the art of the badge.
Oh, geez.
It's like the art of war.
Well, so what else do we have going on in comics while we're waiting to see if Bazil is going to be able to join us?
So, have you heard about the new Alex Ross book?
just because you told me right before the stream, and I'm very excited.
Dude, I am so stoked. Alex Ross has got to be one of my all-time favorite comic book artists. He's actually writing and drawing this time. It's his first time doing both. And it's a Fantastic Four issue. So, yeah, Fantastic Four full circle.
Another Fantastic Four movie might be coming out?
No, this is not a movie.
Oh,
this is
thank
a
God.
comic book. And Marvel has the rights, again, to Fantastic Four. So if they make a movie, you know it's going to be good.
Well, at least I know Illusion isn't the one that called my stuff nonsense. Thank you, Illusion. I knew we were connected. Freaking Matt.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jared.
I saw the description. Freaking, they gave me the 411. For those of you that don't know what that means, it means info.
So, Fry, can you actually pull up the image for the Fantastic Four?
I'm sure I probably could. For those of you wondering why Matt isn't able to pull it up this week, it's because he's got a new computer and he has to set it all the way up.
Yeah, you can tell. Look at how clear he looks. Matt, take off your hat real quick.
Let's see here.
Boom! Look at how shiny that is. Bam!
That is
you
pretty
can
beef.
see it, isn't it? Boom! Mr. Clean. Okay, wait a minute. Now, how do I get back off of this? Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Let me see here. One sec, guys. I'm just opening up this story from a comic book. There we go. So it's kind of hard to see. I hate how there's header breaks like that, but it looks great.
Yeah, that actually does look pretty neat.
I mean, this looks like a Fantastic Four that it's been so long since I read a Fantastic Four. Well, I mean, at least seen the Fantastic Four and was like, I want to read that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it kind of brings back a whole bunch of Jack Kirby vibes mixed in with Alex Ross's style. And,
yeah, I dig it, man. The vivid colors. It's almost got like a pastel and colored pencils look to the coloration on it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty different considering, I mean, nowadays everybody's using Procreate for everything. You know what I mean? So you get those solid blocked out colors and stuff. It's kind of cool to see something a little bit different again.
So, okay, you've read Kingdom Come, right? I'm assuming, Fry?
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, one of DC's best books of all time. But in the trade paperback, if you go to the end, he actually gives you a tutorial on how he does his artwork. And it's really fascinating because what he does is he'll actually find people who resemble each individual character. He'll pose them and, actually get them in the costumes and stuff, get them in the real material, and then take a picture of them and then paint it. So all of his panels and everything is just an individual painting, and I absolutely love it. The amount of dedication is just over the top.
Did you notice that all the greens in the background are faces? I didn't notice this until I zoomed in. Every one of these is a different character's face.
Wow.
Which is lighting coming from different directions.
Are they villains' faces or are they Fantastic Four faces?
I wonder if it's the primary villains that they've faced over the years.
Who is that in the bottom left-hand corner, though?
It looks like a vampire.
See, at first I thought that was Hela.
It does. It looks like the crown, like the MCU crown.
Which is very similar to what she wore in the comics. So
I need to know. All right, what else?
And then we got the Baxter Building. I love the lighting on on Ben Grimm. It's just
yeah, very much so. So let's see. Yeah. Now I'm looking for any other like crazy little details inside of this cover. Chat, if you guys see something that I am missing.
Well, isn't that an alien right there above the thumb of the thing? Not an alien, but an egg layer from Alien.
Yeah,
No, I think that's what is it? Is it the Kree from X-Men?
I thought so, because if you look above the F, I don't know if you see my cursor very well, but if you look right above the F, it almost looks like a Kree there. Dude, I don't know.
Scroll up real quick.
Now I want to know.
Down. Scroll down. So there's dragons in the upper right-hand corner.
I meant the Brood.
The Brood. Maybe that's what it is.
And right there,
this
after the word full, that really looks like one. Like a straight-on shot of one.
Another interesting thing is if you look at the flames coming off a Human Torch, they stop going behind him and they start going the opposite direction down here. It's a little strange. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Let me check in chat real quick here while I'm doing that, because I'm staring at two different monitors. Sorry, everybody. Let's see. Jetty Smith says, I hope when Marvel does a Fantastic Four movie, that they set it in the early 60s. That would be sick. That would be cool. And then do like Doctor Doom right.
So what I would love for them to do, set it in the early 60s. Don't put them out in space. Actually connected with the PIM particles. Have them go into not the nanoverse. That's DC. What do they call it in Marvel again?
The multiverse?
The quantum realm.
Oh. Yeah, they kind of messed with that enough, I think.
Well, I mean, it would be we saw the city in the second, or in what was it, Endgame? Not Endgame. Infinity War, when he's coming out for just a brief, half a frame. Seems like you blink and you'll miss it. I would love to see it tied into that, where they get their powers, because that's
that could be pretty cool. Yeah, and use that as the effort to tie it all into the MCU and explain why they haven't been around, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Nobody's Loser says, also, rest in peace to Anne Rice. That's right. For those of you who are not aware, on Saturday, the novelist Anne Rice actually unfortunately passed away. I believe she was, I was just reading about it. I believe she was 80 years old. If you guys are familiar with the Vampire Chronicles, or most of you will know this better as Vampire Lestat, Interview with the Vampire, Queen of the Damned, Tale of the Body Thief.
Wow. Amazing books.
She's such a great novelist. I have so many of her books, man. I love her books. Highly recommend the Witch series. Very cool stuff.
Did you guys hear about George Perez? He's leaving the comic book industry due to, I believe it's prostate cancer.
Oh, bummer.
As somebody say, cancer.
One of my all-time favorite comic book artists. I mean, just George Perez. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Man, I think so did this just happen? Because if I remember right, I saw him on a convention
this last week,
Yeah, wasn't he at C2E2 in Chicago this week?
He might be.
Oh. So maybe he's just making an announcement that his career is ending in comics then. Could be. Wow, that's still a shame. That sucks. Cancer sucks. Screw you, cancer. J.D. Smith says they could do it now that time travel is part of the MCU. They could introduce them in the 60s and bring them to modern day. Frog Toys is mocking us by saying only 4 tabs. I think that's the smallest I've ever seen on these streams. Joke's on you. I've got 5 monitors. You only see one.
Only one's visible.
Yeah. I'm just getting good at better organizing it so people can actually see things. Let's see here. JD says that's some beautiful art. It really is. Andrew Dodge says tells the Tesla issues and Dreamkeepers Volume 5 are starting to ship.
I got an email about that. Ooh, I'm stoked.
About that? Which one is that? About Dreamkeepers?
Tesla.
Ooh, what's the email say? What's going on with that?
It just said that, hey, your package is in the mail. I was like, ooh.
Wee!
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome, dude.
I went right into my wife. Look.
if you guys have a chance, watch the stream that Vivid does for Dreamkeepers. You can actually catch David doing his remarks inside of the book. He's been doing a few of those on stream. That guy is incredible when it comes just sitting down and sketching something out.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
his freehand sketches absolutely decimate anything that I would have spent time blue lining. You know what I mean? That guy is one of the I'm honestly saying this. We've been to so many conventions, seen so many creators that all can just sit and blast out beautiful art. But that dude is one of those weird minds where he can sit down and just start sketching, and his sketch is such an unbelievably high quality. I mean, Matt and I sat and we were actually just hanging out with David Lilly and Liz Lilly, David's wife. They're in their hotel room when we were in Orlando at a convention. Do you remember that? He was he was just sketching out commissions, guys, like while carrying on a conversation. And a conversation with us isn't like a conversation with normal people. I mean, we're
it's true. It's sad.
I mean, we're ridiculous. We're all over the place. And he's just getting it. Like, it's, oh man, I desire to be that good someday. The guy's really incredible. Very talented. Cameron comes in on Facebook. Commission.
Oh,
say that
sorry,
again?
Go ahead. I was going to say.
No, you go ahead. I didn't mean to keep going. I should have breathed for a second, give you a chance to speak.
The commission that, so I had paid him to do a piece of work, and I was like, dude, I'm so stoked. And he was like, what do you want me to draw? I was like, you know what? Dealer's choice. Whatever you want. So
fantastic.
The next day,
it was one of the greatest things that's ever happened during a convention.
We show back up at his booth, and he's like, I got it. I'm ready. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. So he hands me this piece of paper, and I'm so excited. And then I look down, and then there's this giant, how do I word this politely? Phallic
eggplant?
Image. Yes, a eggplant.
It was something that Jeff Bezos rocket designers would have sketched.
would have truly been like admiring.
They would have been impressed at the payload.
I looked at and I'm like, oh, and he's so proud, and he's like, I signed it.
It was pretty gnarly. Let's see here.
No idea what to say.
Cameron Payne says, "Anne Rice, rest in power." Very much. JD Smith says, "I like how dirty the thing's rock skin looks." Guys, like, it's been so long since I've seen a colored pencil sketch on a comic cover. You know what I mean? It's been so long. JD Smith says, Alex Ross is so good with his references. His lighting is so good.
Yeah.
Very
because he goes old school. Old school.
Nobody says, well, I just noticed that. Very cool. You know who else is good at hiding things in images and covers? There's Chad Harden.
I was watching his
crazy.
Him do a design, character design the other day. I think you actually jumped on at the end in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the last 2 seconds, like as he's ending it, all of a sudden, hey!
Yeah, that was cool.
That is amazing to watch. You guys have got to go on their Twitch streams, like find these creators and just jump on, subscribe to them. They need it. They're amazing.
Frog Toy Shoe says, blue lining, what's that? There you go. Wait. Hey,
I have a blog post about that, actually.
Okay, can you get me the link? Or can we get the link inside chat? Can we do that? I can see if I can pull that up. I should be able to pull that up, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Here, everybody's like, what, Fry?
Let me see. I'll put it in chat now.
Oh, perfect.
Bam. There you go.
Bah.
This is essentially how to remove the blue lines from your comic book in Photoshop. It will go into a little bit on kind of what they are and how you can actually...
The benefits.
Yeah.
You talk a lot about the benefits there. Yeah, blue line is essentially the sketching that an artist will do as they're coming up with their artwork and their images. Nowadays that everything's gone digital, it's a little less used, but you still see a lot of old school artists will still sketch in blue just out of habit, even on Procreate and stuff.
Well, I actually have the reason so when I'm on Procreate, I will sketch in blue, and then I'll go over it like kind of the inking layer. That way I can see exactly what I've done, so I'm not just turning it on and off the whole time to see if like, oh, I missed a spot. Because that sometimes does happen with the gray.
Let's see here. Rose says, do you know what I'm going to see Saturday the 18th at the cinema? I can't wait to find out what's in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
You have I got my tickets.
Rose.
Who here has their tickets?
Everybody raise your hands if you're going to see the big.
I won't watch it until it's pirated onto Plex.
Don't say that, Jared.
No, you won't. You're going to go to the theater and you're going to support it because there are creators that feed their families based off of you supporting.
Yes, I know. I was just joking. No. I loved the cinema.
J.D. Smith says, Mark Joyce too. It's how an artist start their drawing with a blue pencil that doesn't get picked up when scanning your work in. Oh, geez. J.D. Smith says, blocking out shapes, perspective, setup, etc. are all done with a blue pencil, typically done first, then penciled in, then inked, then colored. Yep. Actually, who was it that we had on the stream that was saying that they do their blacks last? Who was that? Was that Darren Davis that was saying he orders blacks last?
Really?
Somebody did, and we were like, what? Why? That there's some type of benefit to having the blacks done at the end. I don't remember who it was. Chat, help me out here. I know. God, now I don't even know if it was on stream or if I was just talking to somebody and they were telling me they do it that way. Who knows anymore? All we do is talk to creators. Like, that's such a difficult life, right?
Oh, so rough.
JD Smith says, I'm completely digital and I still block out and sketch in blue. Yeah, I think a lot of people do just because it's easier to get the eye on. I don't know if you guys who have done this, and I know Matt did like a blog article on this, but it's been a little while, so it might be kind of one that's further back. But you really want to become a better artist, sketch everything out in blues, and then do the photo flip, do the mirror image. And oh God, like nothing will crush you as an artist as fast as hitting that one mirror flip button in Procreate. It's like it just absolutely makes everything look awkward and wonky.
See, I used to actually, when I was learning to draw back in high school, they had us take every picture and flip it and then flip it upside down. So that way it was, complete mirror opposite of what you're used to seeing. So you stop seeing it in as kind of a whole. You see it in individual little shapes, which actually, really did help.
That's cool. So what was the other one that I saw? I'm going to be honest with everybody. I saw this one on TikTok and I thought it was great. But I saw another creator who what they'll do is they'll record the whole sketch in Procreate and then they'll play back the sketch in 20 playback speed, like sped way up. And then what they'll do is as that's going through, they'll just pause the video and they'll stop and then they'll remark everything that they see that looks weird at that point of the video to force themselves to only see specific elements and shapes in their art. Really? That was kind of interesting. Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that before, and I thought that was kind of a peculiar way of going about it. I mean, it's a lot like what you're talking about with identifying the shapes and doing all that kind of stuff. But I guess, taking more into account and more advantage of the tools that Procreate and similar elements like that offer. But I don't know. We could do a whole stream on that, though, guys. We could really do a whole stream on like different processes and how they differ between platforms. I think that would be cool. But I'm a nerdy dude like that. I don't know. You guys let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. Try to get some guests on and talk about that.
I have to say this. So, Fry, you've got to be like, I've seen some of your work,
Mhm.
when we were driving down to, I want to say it was FanX at one time, you had your iPad and you were showing me a couple of pictures. Phenomenal artist. Has there been anything you're actually been working on recently?
Kinda. I can't show it, Matt.
Really?
You know what it is.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Bro.
Well, no, like I like to draw just as a stress reliever. So, like, I
Oh,
was just
yeah,
wondering if you do that as well.
Oh, anytime I do that, guys, it's always like, you know, warrior women and stuff like that. It's probably not really appropriate to show up. I get really into Conan sometimes when I'm stressed out. You know what I mean? Red
Hey,
Sonja and
Conan
stuff.
rocks. Okay.
Leslie comes in. What's up, Leslie? Over on Facebook says, what movie comes out on Saturday?
All right, Leslie, get out.
Spider-Man.
She knows
Right?
the answer to this. I know that she knows the answer to this.
Okay. I was thinking I'm going to have to go down and track Leslie down
It's Spider-Man, right?
and throw something at her.
It's
Yes,
Spider-Man,
it's
right?
Jared just got like all quiet for a second. He's like, hold on. Do I know?
Jared, I know where you live, so I will go down and throw something at you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're coming down to bring me tickets to take me to the show.
No,
Jared's going to take everybody to the show?
All
Jared's going
right.
to take everybody to the show?
What? No, wait.
Yeah!
Can we rewind this to see what I actually said? I'm pretty sure I said somebody was taking me to the show.
That or in pencil. Andrew Dodge says, don't you use the flip to help make sure perspectives are accurate or something?
You guys use Smurfs?
Especially mouths.
For the blue ink?
Mouths and eyes. I do Smurfs and blue ink. Dude, I will still.
That's not what I said.
I'll still actually, like, if I'm sketching like layouts for something, like I was trying to visualize how this would look when I was setting this up behind me. So I just do real quick swipes of like where the shelves would be. And I still did a big blue circle for my giant head to try to figure out how the perspective would look. Like you just do it out of habit, I think.
And the circle just took up all the space.
I mean, it's what I do. You know, when I was born, I was, shit you not, people, I was 12 and a half pounds, right? I'm pretty sure 80% of that was this head. I don't ever remember having a smaller head.
Pounds?
That's a big baby.
Bro,
holy mackerel.
And my little brother,
wow,
my littlest brother, he was 14. And what's funny is that there was no ounces because at that time, when you birthed a 14-pound baby, they didn't even care about ounces anymore. Like at some point between 12 to 14, they just go, it's a giant.
No, it's right when you hit 14. It's right when you hit 14.
The frost giant.
The next, and if it was 14 point something, it would go right to 15.
I don't know.
So as soon as you say 14-pound baby, I'm just picturing like your mom holding you by your feet, like, you know, those fishing photos.
Yeah. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if there was one of those.
It was big.
Y'all, I was a latchkey kid. There could be a lot of stuff. Love that woman. She's awesome. All right, let's see here. Jay Smith says, I also cannot endorse a clay sculpting and anatomy class enough. It helped me more than any life and figure drawing class that I've ever taken. Clay makes you honest. You can't hide any anatomy mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true.
I did
a lot of clay
and that was hard.
High school.
I've never done it.
Really?
Yeah.
Never worked with clay?
I mean, I have, but I've never done like a class.
Have they ever made a pottery bowl?
Anatomy with it. You know what I mean?
Like on Ghost?
Oh boy.
You're never going to talk me into doing that with you, Jared.
Come on, Fry. You know you like it.
As far as the anatomy classes, I actually took an anatomy class that was specifically designed for the medical field, which was really cool. Yeah, it was nasty, but it was really cool and it was really helpful.
So were you sketching?
Why do you say it was nasty?
Well, it's
like they show you a real corpse.
It's stuff like, okay, this is, you know, let's pull back the knee. This is what a knee looks like. This is what a knee replacement surgery looks like. So you're like right there and you're sketching everything out. And they're like, "What's the name of this muscle? You see how this muscle attaches? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's how it goes." So you'd be surprised at how well it actually helped. That was that was how Leonardo da Vinci actually learned to draw the human body.
He dissected cadavers.
Weird.
Yes, he did.
Da Vinci was kind of a weird homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Rose Kirby comes in and says, "Hey, Fry, what did you say at the start about something funny that we will get? My eyes are tired and I just have to listen for now." We had mentioned that there was a badge if everybody could get Jared talking about his tinfoil hat type stuff. The badge was awarded, though, so you'll have to rewatch the stream just a little bit. And you will see it. You will see us getting rewarded with the goodness of that beautiful badge.
Hey, speaking of which, Rose, I had sent you a message. I hadn't heard back from you. I had let you know exactly what show Jared opened up his gift from you. So.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Matt, you're so awesome.
Yeah,
that's why we love him, everybody.
Right there. It still even has the post-it note that says "Gift from Rose Kirby."
Yep, I got mine right there on the wall.
Mine's right there.
And then Rose also says, "Hey, I just had a thought. Does anyone know my birthday in Star Trek: The Cage? Star Trek: The Cage? Is that a show? Is that a movie?"
That was the original pilot to the original show.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was completed. What has it got in common?
You're both out of this world.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Wow.
Slide, dog. Slide. Okay, so I came across this article that I wanted to bring up, and we are still waiting for Bazil. Hopefully, he's going to be able to come through, guys. If not, we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that he has going on to make sure that everybody has a chance to check it out. But again, keep in mind he's very limited technology-wise as far as his connection rates. So, this kind of a thing will happen. I mean, first world problems. You know what I'm saying?
He's not first world, but okay.
I'm saying that people that don't understand that it's difficult to jump on the internet. So, that being said, so Polygon came out with an article that I was going to bring up. Best comics of 2021. Now, this gets crazy. Okay, so first of all, like this Goringer, I know I'm probably mispronouncing that, guys. I'm going to be upfront and honest with everybody. I'm not an anime type guy. I mean, I know everybody's talked about it.
It looks
I
like
did
a
find out that
low-rate
I had
Power
actually
Rangers
watched an
ripoff.
anime. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matt. What were you saying?
I was saying this looks like a low-rate Power Rangers ripoff.
Well, and it even says, before Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai Himitsu Sentai Goringer. The classic manga.
Sentai.
So supposedly this thing is rad. I guess that this book is like Ultraman level rad.
Okay.
Which could be cool. So I may need to check it out. You know what I mean?
So is this like a top list, like top 10 or top 20? Or is it just here's a bunch?
It's more along different genres.
Okay.
So like a top pick from different type of elements around the industry. So Cyclopedia Exotica, a lot of people have heard about this one. It's just kind of like a narrative, with a name like that, you probably think it's an adult book.
That makes your eyeball go wide.
Yeah. The Girl from the Sea, I've heard a lot of people talk about this book.
I have heard of that one, yeah.
I think Jimmy Young was telling us this one's really good. I don't know anything about it. That's what's funny is that all of these are supposed to be the top books of the year. And literally like 90% of them I haven't read or even heard of. So, but this is interesting to keep your eyes on, everybody, because this is that time of year where
Hold on. We need to cover this right now, Fry. We need to cover this right now.
Matt, Super Sentai is the original Power Rangers. Seven bought the rights to Sentai and show American footage of re-released Super Sentai's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay.
That's cool.
Cool. Thanks,
man.
Digi.
Very cool.
And Leslie also apologizes, saying, "Sorry, guys, I'm at work and only catch tiny bits and pieces to stream conversations. All I heard was Rose going to the cinema Saturday and not conversation surrounding it. That's why I asked." The new Spider-Man comes out.
It's all about Spider-Man.
I got
it's
my
also
tickets for
Leslie's birthday this
Thursday.
weekend, so I'm a very confused boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Where do I go? Both. That's
Take
the
her to
answer.
the movies and dinner and a movie
There you go.
with a rose. Give her a rose.
Wait. Take her to the movie first. That way, at dinner, you can apologize because you were squealing like a little girl the entire movie.
Well,
like
and see,
smacking
this is
her,
where
like,
it gets. This is where it gets a little
you
more
know.
difficult, so that everybody knows every detail about my personal life. Since
Now let's not get into
accidentally
personal.
slid
We
it
don't
out there.
talk personal.
So no, my kids and I, we hit every Marvel show, every one of them. Always have,
Okay.
ever since the first
Always
Iron Man
will.
came out. We've hit every single one opening weekend together. The only one we've missed was Eternals and Shang-Chi. We didn't watch, and a lot of that's because of all the things going on with the COVID restrictions, our local theater, stuff like that, not being able to drive up to like where Matt lives to go and see like Eternals the weekend it came out and that kind of stuff. So other than that, it's just kind of a thing that we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I got to balance all of that. I gotta balance dad life and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna figure
Boy,
it out.
that's
Though.
rough, man. That
I'm
is
good
hard
at
to
it.
be you, Fry.
I'm good at
Gosh,
this.
you are such an amazing person.
This is the cross-eyed bear, Jared.
Oh my gosh, dude. And we are so thankful to have somebody like you bearing that cross as an example for us. Oh, it's just
And Rose
incredible.
says, I already knew that. I found it 2 weeks ago. I was on July, I think, on the Tommy stream, but you've written it. I can't read any writing anymore. So,
I'm sorry, Rose.
when you have a chance, Rose, you'll be able to check it out. It's there. And keep in mind, if you're using your iPad, Rose, pinch down on the screen and pull your fingers out against one another or apart from one another.
I don't think it's that.
And you can zoom in on the text so that you might be able to read it a little bit easier. Hey, it might not help, but it might be the thing that allows her to do it. Let's see. J. Smith says that's why you can see a difference in the film quality when the teens morph into their Power Ranger suits and fight the giant monsters. That's all Japanese footage. Really?
What?
Cool.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
That's way cool.
Frog Toy says, I've only been to a movie theater twice in my life. I guess I don't understand why people go to the theater. The experience. That's why I go.
Yeah, totally.
The incredible
experience.
sound system, the giant screen.
Yeah,
No.
it really is. The bigger the picture, I don't know why this is, but the bigger the picture, the more you feel like you're in the movie.
It becomes an event instead of just,
I would agree with
especially like when you went to Endgame, right? You're sitting there and the whole crowd, during the on your left scene, like everybody at the same time was just, and it was
when he says assemble. You know what I mean? And just leans back, and everybody's. I'm pretty sure everybody else in the theater was doing it too. But I see. For me, like me and the kids and stuff, we'll watch shows at home or do things like that. But I constantly end up going, checking my phone or looking at some work stuff or doing this or doing that or finding something else to kind of, and I just naturally start juggling things. But when I'm in the theater, I feel like I'm just kind of encased.
Your phone is off.
Yeah.
You already got your popcorn and stuff like that. You could just sit there. It's
awesome. It's definitely an experience. And watching movies at home, especially on these newer TVs where the screens are getting ginormous, is nice. Don't get me wrong. Wonderful. Love it. Love sitting around on the couch with the fam, watching a good flick. But when you're in the theater, you're with people, and it's just it's that event. I really like how Matt put it. It's an event. It's something a little bit more. You've got the popcorn, you got the soda, you've got the nice recliner chairs, and then when something big happens, everybody everybody freaking can actually that energy builds up on those big moments, and so you just feel it a lot more because there's a lot more people around you. So I think that's what the main thing with the theater is.
Yeah, I would agree. Plus sound quality is fantastic, and I'm like damn near deaf, so I prefer that too. I prefer the sound quality.
when you just share that experience with everybody else in the theater at the same time, it's something fun. Like when Avatar first came out, when you saw that in 3D, oh,
I didn't.
cool.
I'd already watched Fern Gully, so
well, it was just the special effects of everything was just
yeah, I totally agree. Let me see here. Let me jump in chat real fast here. This was funny. JD Smith says, if nothing else, to escape parents and make out with your significant other. That's not wrong. Rose says, my birthday, the cage, the date, or what date has it? This is the big clue. What was the date in January? Man, I'm not a Star Trek fan. I can Google it. Is your birthday coming up, Rose? Is that what's going on? Let us know. Nobody's Illusion said, the last time I was in a theater was for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 with some friends, and that was fun. That was a great movie to watch in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. You know what?
Right.
Speaking of which, you know what I finally got to see in the theater? Is the new Ghostbusters. I took my daughter on a daddy-daughter date this last weekend. I cried. No shame in my game whatsoever. Like a baby. I mean, maybe not a baby. I teared up pretty damn good, though. It was rough, man. Y'all didn't prepare me for that one.
I still haven't seen it. I want to so bad.
Oh, be ready. Dude, be ready as a man to just go like this. For real. All right, let's see.
So what was Jared, what about you? Like, what was that one movie that you saw in theaters that was like, yes?
Avatar.
Really? Was it? What made you guys want to even go see Avatar in the theater?
Wait, which Avatar are you talking about?
Personally.
I'm talking about the blue creature Avatar.
Yeah, no, we on this show we don't bring up the other one.
Okay.
I know enough about anime to know that.
Okay, now what were you saying?
So what was it that made you guys want to go to the theater for that one so bad? And what was it that stood out to you as being so memorable?
It was really epic. The story was really like involving. It started out good, built the characters really, really well. The CGI was probably the first movie where the CGI, like generally speaking, I can pick out CGI really easy, and that was the first movie I had experienced where the CGI wasn't like making me like, oh, that's CGI, you know what I mean? Like,
right,
you just got engrossed in the movie, and it was just an epic tale, man, of someone's struggle, you know. Especially how he started off, how he got put in the position, how he went through all of his struggles. You know, he was that one person. You know, it was fun to see how his mind was thinking when he became the hero. You know, because he was like, well, he's the biggest, baddest bird in the sky. My guess is he doesn't look up. You know, which was perfect, and then that gave him the edge. And so you have this. You know, you have this Marine who becomes this superhero. The story was just epic. It was epic. That was the only movie I've ever gone and watched like a second time, like right afterwards in the theater, because it was just so epic, the whole story, and I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys something. Have you ever seen this Christmas movie named Die Hard?
Yes.
It fills all those things that you just talked about being an
but there's no CGI.
There doesn't need to be. All right.
It
doesn't need to be.
Again,
didn't even need shoes.
Yeah, but they didn't even have CGI back then. Avatar was a whole new experience. I mean, don't get me wrong, Die Hard was a fantastic movie. Like, you know, that really got your emotions going, and it made you cheer for the underdog, and you're just like, how is this guy going to get out of this? You know, I get that with Die Hard, but Avatar was a whole new experience. It was on a whole new level. And again, the CGI was incredible. Like, they really did an excellent job.
Well, Nobody's an Illusion says, by the way, that John Constantine novel for kids wasn't horrible. I've heard that. I've actually heard that. that the
See, I've
Constantine.
avoided the young adults DC line just because.
I've seen a lot of creators say that that's like some of the best Constantine is somehow in the YA.
Really?
Which doesn't make sense to me, because how did they even do that? That's like taking Sin City and doing it. But I haven't read Constantine in a long time, though, guys. So the Constantine I remember
Wasn't
is
that
probably
Keanu Reeves movie, Constantine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, based on the same IP and same property. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Rose Kirby says Spider-Man comes out later today, i.e. the 14th of December in the UK, but I don't want to go to the cinema, or I won't be going to the cinema until Saturday.
You know, I will say that everybody at Marvel put out a statement saying that, look, I know a lot of you guys are going to be watching this, but treat it just like you did with, what was that movie? The Bruce Willis movie.
Die Hard.
No, not that one. Basically, don't give away any spoilers. Don't do it.
Oh, freaking
The
Sixth Element. Oh,
Sixth Sense.
What? That is also
yeah,
Bruce
because with
Willis
the
show,
Sixth
though.
Sense.
Yeah.
At the end with the
Sixth Sense,
Sixth
nobody
Sense.
gave away the spoilers on that one.
Which was amazing. Like, collectively, as a society, we didn't give away any spoilers.
A lot less people went to watch that movie in the theater than what go to watch Spider-Man.
Oh, I know. But
that's true.
And you didn't have a whole bunch like Spider-Man is. We take our kids to that show, and your
now
kids go to school, talk about what happened. You know what I mean?
Are they asking that because this is starting off phase 4 or something like that, or phase 3
no,
or
it's
whatever
because
phase we're in?
everyone knows there's huge things in this show. Like it's an argument right now as to how many huge things we think there are.
Okay, I will say Tom Holland has said this is bringing together 3 generations of movie experiences. So don't give it away. I trust you, Rose.
Oh, man.
I trust you, Rose.
I want to see Spider-Pig.
Oh, Rose ain't going to give
Live-action
nothing away.
Peter Porker.
He's going to just tell us how awesome it is and how we're losers if we haven't seen it yet.
You know what? I would die laughing if, like, right at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, like, Nicolas Cage shows up as that Spider-Man noir.
That would be rad. That would be an awesome after credits scene. Leslie says,
okay.
Leslie says, why overcomplicate and stress about the weekend? Just do the dad thing. Take the kids to Spider-Man on opening day. Problem solved. That's not.
Hey, standing ovation, boys. He's obviously a bad A.
Nobody's Lucha says, ooh, that sounds like fun. Was the new Ghostbusters good? Very, very highly recommend. Highly. I will be watching it again. And Nobody's Lucha says, oh, so we're all in agreement that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's that kind of stream.
That and Batman Returns is a Christmas movie as well.
Let's do this. Okay. And this is a safe place, everybody. Safe place. But if you're in chat right now and you think that Die Hard shouldn't be a Christmas movie, let us know why. I'd love to hear any reasons as to why it shouldn't be.
Because there's death and destruction.
So that I can crush them.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible, Fry. But I like it.
Nobody's Lucha says, I'm your resident Constantine expert. I love Hellblazer. Hellblazer was the first comic that my daughter really got into. And then she went straight to Vertigo right after that. And I was like, I gotta reel this one back in real fast.
Wasn't Hellblazer part of Vertigo?
Yeah, but I mean, she went to the rest of Vertigo immediately.
Oh,
she wanted nothing to do with any other comics. Huh? She was just like, I like this. And I was like, no. Yeah.
Whoa. You're telling me you took Swamp Thing out of her hands?
Dude, I found V for Vendetta under her pillow.
That's cool.
Okay, that's when you look at your daughter, you shed a tear and be like, I have raised you right.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, for real. It's not terrifying
when you live that.
That's glorifying. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my daughter is cooler than yours, sure. But at the same time, I'm like looking behind my shoulder in the grocery store. You know what I mean? I'm like,
well, you should be.
Don't you stab me.
Well,
no,
hey,
she wouldn't stab you until she puts on the mask.
Y'all, Vertigo is dark.
If your daughter has V for Vendetta under her pillow, you know what? When you go to defend yourself against that knife, use your Dad of the Year award.
Dude, she was not. Use your Dad of the Year award. That was great. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that. All
good
right.
dad joke, Matt.
Yeah, JD Smith says if Die Hard is unofficially a Christmas movie, then so is Batman Returns, Gremlins, and Rent.
I think
Gremlins is
Gremlins
definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Gremlins
that
is
one and
definitely a
Gremlins
Christmas
2 are
movie.
always supposed to be Christmas movies.
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean, I just play the theme song as Christmas music at this point. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Andrew Dodge says, sorry guys, I've dropped for work meeting with my employees in India. Have a great rest of the stream and good evening. It's never too late
Later,
for a
Scrutchy.
layoff. Some things are more. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Oh my heck!
I'm kidding. Have fun. Have fun, Crutchy. We love you, man. Frog Choice says, I don't understand how Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's
Does it happen during Christmas?
Joke that, Go ahead, Jared.
Was it released? Wasn't it? I mean, I know it happened during Christmas, but the movie happened during
So
Christmas.
was Lethal
but
Weapon?
wasn't it released during Christmas as well?
It's one of those things where it like revolves around a Christmas type story, like the dad.
They were at the Christmas party at the Nakatomi
It's a Christmas
Towers.
party. Yeah, it's got all the makings of what would also make for a Hallmark movie about Christmas, and the redemption and all that. But then it's got explosions and
now I have a machine gun. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, like yippee-ki-yay. I mean, it's just it's a guy movie for that season, and so everybody.
Every time Christmas break comes around, I sit down, I watch Lethal Weapon, Batman Returns, and Die Hard. Not necessarily in that order, but
for Christmas,
I think you gotta represent those penguins in Batman, though.
Nah, dude,
yes.
You know what? I'm sorry. If we're talking Christmas movies, Elf. Best
Elf
Christmas
is great,
movie of
though.
all time.
See, I cannot stand Elf anymore.
What? Why?
Okay.
That's like one of the best Christmas movies ever.
You guys, okay. My wife loves that movie. So she watched it every day for 3 months straight.
Did you marry her again?
No. I wanted to break the damn movie. I couldn't take it anymore.
That's special abuse, and you should talk to a counselor.
I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan.
Forget Will Ferrell. It's one of his best parts he's ever played.
Yeah.
You
sit on a throne of lies.
The best part he's ever played,
Not the same, dude. You sit on the line of thrones. You smell.
You don't smell
I did like
Santa,
the whole
Matt.
syrup and coffee, but I mean, Will Ferrell, unless he's Frank the Tank, I'm not a fan.
Oh, man. Jenny
Right.
Smith says, I vote no for Die Hard as a Christmas movie for the reason that I listed above. I don't know.
What was his? Oh, here it is.
I disagree, but
Boom.
Yeah, I think all those are Christmas
He said
movies.
it is a Christmas movie. What? You didn't say nothing about it not being one, did you?
Rose says, hey, do a poll. Does anyone take their shoes and socks off and put it on the carpet? I wonder how many people will say they do. Not the carpet, but
Nope.
I do on grass when I fly anywhere because of this guy.
So what he's talking about is called grounding. So if you fly somewhere and then if you go outside, take your shoes and socks off and walk around on the ground, not on concrete, not on asphalt or anything like that, but it has to be dirt, or grass or something like that. You'll actually ground and it'll help you so you don't have jet lag. That's what he's talking about.
And it actually works. For me, it works.
Yeah, it works for everybody. It what it does is it makes your electromagnetic field, because we all have electromagnetic field, just kind of go with where you're at in that region, and you connect with the earth right there, boom, and it sets you straight. But
hold on,
I always take off my shoes when I walk into a house.
You know what? Matt has done this too.
Theory.
Matt did this with me, so I know that he's done it too.
Oh my God,
I did it,
man.
and Matt looked at me
It's
like
not
I
a
was psychotic,
conspiracy.
and I was like, hey, check it out. Jared told me this, and I'm just gonna try it, and I did, and I didn't have
grounding.
Dude, we were working a half an hour after we had flown for 14 hours that day, something ridiculous. Because we had a long layover, flown all the way across country, and we were working an hour later. I mean, we were.
Yeah, it's called grounding.
Yeah,
it ain't a conspiracy theory. It's science, people. Jeez.
And then we hit a work meeting, and both me and Matt literally crashed right in the middle of the work meeting.
It was during the meeting.
Yeah. We were both on camera, and both of us just instantly were like, oh, like it all, that whole trip caught up to both of us at the exact same moment. We just kind of looked at one another, and we were like, yep.
It hurts. It hurts.
Oh, it was rough. Okay, so let me keep going here. Nobody's Lucha says, has anyone seen Encanto yet? TikTok basically ruined it for me, but it looks so good. I haven't heard
My
of
kids
Encanto.
really
I
want
haven't
to see
even
that,
heard of it.
and I wanted to take them to that while they're on their Christmas break. So,
give me a rundown. What is it? What are we talking about?
it's a
computer animated musical fantasy comedy film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures.
Okay.
Everybody has superpowers except for the main character. Born with no power.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, it's
Like superpowers or like magic?
Kind of superpowers. I think some have magic. Some are
Encanto sounds like incantation.
Yeah.
Which would be wizard. Wizarding.
I haven't, but I did check out. Can we bring up Fire Brat yet, or do we have to wait until we can bring it up? They're selling it already. So
I bought my copy.
Where did I put my copy of it at? I think it's right. It was right there. I thought I've reorganized everything, and I don't know where anything is now. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. I got a copy of this book from Vivid. The book's name is Fire Brat. If you guys get a chance, it's one of the best Christmas comics I think I've ever seen. You have your copy, Matt?
Right here.
Where did I put mine? Yeah, it is. That is a fantastic book. If you guys have a chance, you can go over to dreamkeepers.com, check out their website, and you can purchase it there. But that book is fantastic. It is a great Christmas book. I will be honest with you, it's December 13th. I don't know that you could get it fast enough to have it in time for Christmas. You may want to shoot them a message if that's what you're looking for. But it'd be a great gift for teenage and up. It's not like a bad book, but it does have some Santa elements in it that you may not want to give to a younger reader.
So speaking of Christmas gifts, did you see that blog post I did recently?
Ooh, I did.
So
it was very good. In fact, let me see here. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this thing up. Let's talk about it while we still wait for Bazil here. Highly creative gift ideas for comic lovers.
Now, I started to write this, and it started to kind of end up being that typical, like, here's an Amazon list of like everything that you could get for comic book lovers. And, I didn't want to write that again. And everybody kind of on the team was like, dude, this is boring. No, don't do it. So dove a little deeper. Some awesome gifts.
So the first one that you have in here is commissioning an artist to do a sketch for someone. I thought that was brilliant. I don't know why I've never thought of doing that, but that is a great idea, especially for comic fans, stuff like that, or anybody that really appreciates art. I mean, having original one-of-a-kind art is absolutely cool. Patreon is always badass. You subscribe to a Patreon under the recipient's name, I would assume. But there's also things that you can get on Patreon that you can't normally get, like you show in here, being turned into a character of the book. This is due to a Patreon, right?
Like yes. Cardell Cole actually, in his book, on his Patreon, for a 1 month thing, he'll turn you into a character, and I ended up leaving it on for 2 months. And
I love how you say, after getting this for me, what I wanted. Or what? I wanted it. Sue me. I decided to get this for my daughter. That's so great. Meet and greet. Look at these handsome fellas right here. Let me go ahead and just zoom in onto this. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I lost a lot of weight since that picture. But yeah, meet and greet at
you lost a lot of weight, and I found it. I love that. Thanks, Fry.
Yeah. Yeah, and yes,
so
that is
I mean,
Tony
it's
Todd.
just
Cool guy.
it's such a cool thing to be like, hey, instead of just a typical gift that you're like, oh, cool, thanks. How cool would it be to be like, hey, here's a ticket to FanX, or to this convention or that convention, and here, sometimes you have to prepay for autographs and stuff. Like, hey, I know your favorite artist is going to be at this one. It's a local thing, so here you go.
Yeah, that's way cool. And you can also find new favorite artists that way as well.
Yes,
there might be a local convention, and a lot of times these local cons, you can buy a certificate for signature. And I've seen at a couple of small conventions, it's a new thing now where you can buy a certificate to get a comic and get that comic signed. And you can give that certificate to the recipient, and they take it to the convention, and they can choose whatever comic they want inside of the convention. Different creators, different publishers, stuff like that. Now, not everybody will accept them, but for the most part, from what I've seen, a lot of them will. You know what I mean? But that gives them a way of finding maybe their new favorite, and an excuse if they're, maybe more introverted, to kind of get out of their shell and talk to creators and stuff like that. It's really cool.
And
action
what?
figure commission.
At these conventions, though, I've never seen a creator. Okay. Yes, I have. So mostly when you go to these conventions, these creators, they will help kind of pull you out of your shell and talk to you. And, they want to have that conversation because, yes, they might be looking at you as a sale, but they're looking for more that sale for life kind of thing. So if they're nice to you, if they strike up a conversation, if they relate to you, you'll potentially buy their stuff forever. So that's kind of what they're trying to do. So,
well, and then this one's really great too. Turn a love story into a comic, which I think is wonderful. This is a cool idea. Seriously, I think it is. You got the do-it-yourselfer stuff, how to build your own long box drawers and everything like that. Are you going to build me some?
No. This is actually that idea came from a project with my dad. So.
Yeah, and then the Not For Them sketchbook.
This idea came from actually our trip in Orlando. While we were there, if you remember, I got these little tiny sketchbooks. I mean, they're about an inch big, kind of squared, and they were on a necklace. So I gave it to one to my daughter Aaliyah and one to my daughter Cadence. And Cadence was like, "This is perfect." So now when I go to a convention, I'm going to have them draw something on a 2-page spread in this little thing, and kind of one per convention. I was like, yeah, that's what I got it for.
That's exactly what I thought about. And then one of these creators is going to use like a heavy marker set. It'll bleed through the page on somebody else's drawing, and then she'll like, I don't wish that on her. I probably shouldn't have put that out in the universe. Sorry.
But yeah,
okay. Well, let me catch up on chat here real quick. Frog Toy says, Nobody's Illusion says, Elf is the best Christmas movie ever. That and A Christmas Story. Also very good. And Frog Toy says, I've never actually seen A Christmas Story. Literally turn on your television on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be your television, it can be any television. It doesn't even need cable. I'm pretty sure
that or Wizard of Oz
directly down at this point.
I gotta say, this is actually more of a Thanksgiving,
like tradition.
But no, Thanksgiving movie. But I typically watch it between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Ooh, that's a good one too. See, I like to watch Adam's Family Values. That shows how different we are. If anybody ever wondered.
Hey, that's a classic.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to wet my whistle. Let's see. We got Drew coming on Facebook. Matt wants all expense trips paid to Metropolis.
Yes.
Man, we couldn't afford that.
Yeah. No. Yes, I do.
Rose says, I will never have my feet feel cramped. I take my slippers or socks off, do the action of putting my toes in the carpet. It feels like connecting to the earth. That's a good idea. Let's see here. And then also says that our stream is freezing up on her. No. Go get closer to the router, Rose. Nobody's Loser says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a good one too. And JD Smith says another hot Christmas item that didn't make that list: the DVD of Erotica based on the comic line. You can thank me later. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. Have you seen it?
nope. Do I dare Google it?
Not while we're live on the stream.
Well, I can't bring up my screen.
Oh, that is very true. That is very true. So what else do we have going on in the news? I believe that Jared's actually kind of working on our guests and getting that all figured out right now. So let's pull up one more news article here. This one I thought was kind of, this made me sad, everybody. And yes, I'm bringing up a DC news topic. I know. But Tom Taylor has signed exclusively at DC. Why does this make me sad? Because honestly, I was really looking forward to the stuff that's been leaked that he was supposedly getting reined in on working on for Marvel. I don't know. So do you think all the stuff that's been leaked was maybe just a lead up to try to make his value more exciting for DC to get him to sign an exclusive? Or do you think
Tom Taylor, I don't think needs that excitement. Like, he's honestly, everything he touches is gold.
Yeah.
I know there has been a little bit of controversy surrounding the Superman, son of Kal-El.
Yep.
But I support him on that story 100%.
Well, and it's interesting because fewer and fewer creators now are doing exclusive contracts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think the Donny Cates situation kind of made most large name creators realize they don't need to sign an exclusive contract for the publisher. They can just work book by book and float around and do whatever they want and have more creative freedoms. So it's interesting to see that he signed an exclusive with DC when he was kind of set as that prime example of who is going to follow suit and be the next guy that works on everything. I don't know.
So
they're saying that his main work is going to be on the DC Dark Ages elements that was pushed back because of COVID.
Okay.
So that could be interesting. I could see him do some cool work on that. Nobody's Illusion says, "Welcome back, Jared." Just so you're aware, Jared, you're popular.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez. JD Smith Jared says, "I don't like Tom Taylor's smug face. I hope Santa." This is mean, JD Smith.
Dude, I'm with you, Digi. I'm with you. That is a smug face.
And Nobody's Illusion says, "JD Smith, why did you make me Google this, man?" He also continued to say, "It's 110% hot garbage. So bad it's good." Okay. All right. Well, that being said, so it looks like Bazil may not be able to join us this evening.
He's not going to be able to make it, guys.
One of his,
not to mention it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning there.
Yeah, let's do a couple of these flashbacks that we'd had prepared so that Bazil is still
cool. We should also show his preview and show him where anybody that's interested can actually go. He actually has a place where he can sell them now. Just for most of you that don't know, Bazil actually has comics in the marketplace. He was one of the front runners for contributing comics to the marketplace, and he didn't have a place to sell them. He's never really had a place he could sell them. He's in Cameroon, Africa, and so he recently got a place he could sell them. He's coming out with issue 3. He's also a farmer like me, so he's a busy dude, but super motivated. He's trying to share his history and culture of his people with comics, and teach the youth about their history and about their culture using comics. That's what his favorite thing to do, and he's a fantastic artist. He actually writes the stories and does the artwork himself.
JD Smith asks, how did he connect with CryptoComics? Great question.
I got a hold of him on Facebook.
Yeah, we found a lot of creators just basically through social media or conventions, walking across their booth, and me never leaving until they agree to sign up for CryptoComics and hanging out with us.
until security escorts you out.
Everybody thinks we're joking about this too, but I'm pretty bad about it, y'all. I'm pretty sure that's about 40% of my job here is to basically stand at booths and go, you want to sign up? 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 What about now? What about now? Hi, I like your book. Can you sign up? Can you sign up? It's pretty bad. It's like one of those little yipper dogs that jumps up in the front window of a house when you pull up a car. And you're just like, oh, man, I hope that's not the house I'm going to. And you double check the address and you go, ah, crap, it is. I am that person in physical. I'm that emotion. That's me.
All right, let's play some of these flashbacks, okay?
Hold on, Jared.
Oh.
Jared, how did you find him, Jared? Were you Googling African comic creators? That's actually a good question. Because it's not.
I ran across a post in one of the groups I was in, and so I reached out to him and just said, "Hey, man, your stuff looks really cool. This is what we're doing," and he took a look at what we were doing, and he's a real believer in what we're doing because it's really going to help him and others in his area transcend the geographical limitations of where they're at. Mm-hmm. He is using a website now to sell comics, but he needs that ability to really transcend the geographical limitations, and he sees the real benefit of being in a marketplace where the currency transcends the geographical location as well.
Well, let's show this flashback here, Matt, that you had brought up. So we've got 3 prepared for tonight.
Yep.
Let's show the first one, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, actually, I am someone, when growing up, I've always had that tendency and that will to see that I make my community a better place for the present generation and the generation to come. I've actually had a sad past because in my community, the health facilities were not the best. So when growing up, I've always thought how I will be able to use my skills to better up that. And also, when I've discovered that the African cultural heritage was actually being lost because information about it was not being properly propagated to the generations. So I made it my life's work to see how I could pass on the knowledge of Africa in a way that is going to be very easy for everybody to grasp. And that is how I got myself into art and technology.
That was cool. How many of you guys in chat remember that old stream layout? That's kind of fun to watch. That
was the first, wasn't it? It was the first layout that you came up with, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to have a giant.
And just so everybody knows, because Fry gives me mad crap about it, I wasn't falling asleep. The connection was really hard, and his accent is really thick. So I had to really, really concentrate on what he was saying so that I could hear exactly what he was saying to make sure that I could converse with him and ask questions.
Yeah. Also, if you watch that, and as Fry's reading the chat, man, we make fun of that little beard thing, whatever that was that you had going on.
Little beard thing?
Little, 2 stripes coming down. I don't know what that was.
You need to watch more Kung Fu movies, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Why watch more of those when we can watch more of that weird beard thingy?
Actually, back in my zone, there was a school called Post Computer Institute, which was actually, the founder was an American, a retired firefighter who came to Cameroon, an American retired firefighter who came to Cameroon and opened that school. So I was actually one of the first badges in computer graphic science, and I won a scholarship from an American. Also gave me a scholarship by name Jeff Klaus. He gave me a scholarship that is from there that I decided to study computer architecture, that is using AutoCAD to draft out house plans and also follow up for contracts. And that is what actually gave me some money, which I used to then pursue my education. So I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to Jeff Klaus for giving me that chance to grasp the knowledge which I have today. I hope he could get this message too as well.
I'm just listening to you, Jared. Hold on.
Oh, you guys are so lucky. I was told by my boss I can't swear or flip you off or do any of those things I want to do.
Wait. Say that again. Your connection's kind of rough.
I am speaking to you, Fry. Or is it
I
Frey?
kid. Okay, so let's
Is it
talk about this
Frey?
preview that he put inside the system, because this thing's rad.
Yeah, so this is issue number 3. He will be finishing it up at the end of this year. And just for anybody who's interested, issue number 1 and issue number 2, he did contribute to the marketplace for testing purposes. So you guys can actually go in and test purchase those issues and read them. It's a great story. He's reworking the artwork in those, but this is issue number 3. And as you can see, I mean, I love how he does his paneling. He really does a great job. And the great thing about Bazil is he's actually a man of many talents, like most every creator we meet. He's an architect. That's one way that he makes money. He's a farmer. That's another way that him and he just got recently married. Congratulations to Bazil and his wife.
Very cool.
But they're farmers, so they're doing the farming thing. He also does architecture, and then those things pay for him to do this. Comics are his passion. That's what he loves to do, and he wants to tell those stories. His goal is to get a comic book printer so he can print his comics, and then he wants to give his comics to the schools for kids in his areas to actually be able to use them in teaching.
Yeah, on that last video, he was definitely talking a lot about going through and kind of the reason he was doing this was so he can bring the African culture kind of back to the forefront because it is being lost.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, very much so. So Cameroon's actually split into 2 regions, the north and the south. And the south is more I guess it's more British, and then I think it's the or maybe that's the north. I wish he was here. He could actually give us details in relation to it. But it's pretty intense. And so yeah, this is his passion and his mode of communication. This is how he really wants to share his culture and history with the world, really, with the world. But his main objective is to really get these into the hands of kids in his region, so that they'll never lose their history and their culture, which I think is just phenomenal. He truly is a remarkable creator, and he just a fabulous person.
Well, and his art, his stories, I mean, everything, it kind of transcends just their culture, so everybody's aware. Like, these are great stories. It doesn't matter if you're located there or if you're in the United States, UK, anywhere else. It's concise. It's got the story arcs that really kind of just bend your mind when you read them. You know what I mean? And a lot of it is based on their classic culture and things like that. But he does bring a lot of like modern comic, I guess, movement and motion into his panels, his art style, specifically his lettering, is even really cool.
Well,
and the coloring, all the stuff, the coloring, I gotta say, is
one thing is really cool to see, especially since we have volume 1 and 2, the older versions in CryptoComics Marketplace. You can see how he has really, like, he's just evolved in his art and in his abilities and in his talents as he's gone through these issues. I mean, it's really, really cool to see. Matter of fact, I think he even redid some of 1 and 2 in the art because he just wasn't satisfied. He's like, I can do better. So he went back and redid a lot of the art
it's
pages.
Not just the art in that he basically went to, took everything back to square one with issue 1. The writing too, everything is like changes perspective on which character is focusing on. Everything is just different.
Yeah,
I love this.
Super cool.
That last page, dude, is so freaking cool. That sketch he threw in there for us.
That is pretty sweet. and then we've got a link over
happened?
from that. So if you go inside of the reader, you guys are actually going to be able to check out all, everything from the book. And on that last page, it's going to link you to his external site, which has got he's got 1 and 2 on there right now. I think for sure I saw on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
But what's really interesting about this is the first time that he's really been able to sell publicly, and that people all over the world could have access to it. So this is definitely something for you guys to check out and go and look into. So go into CryptoComics. You're going to see the free preview inside of the system. Give it a look, and on that last page, it'll shoot you over to it. Keep in mind, there is a language barrier here. So if you're English speaking natively, you may see some things like what just popped up on my screen.
I believe in Cameroon they speak French primarily, French and English.
Southern or northern, you are correct, Matt.
Yeah, and if
Southern
you use
or northern,
Google
one of
Chrome,
the
anything
regions.
like that, it should actually facilitate you to be able to read it for the most part. But keep in mind that these books are in English. So it's really not much of a concern there. So I just want to make sure I pointed that out so that somebody didn't get
this isn't his website. This is just a website he was able to get his book onto. The region in Cameroon that he's in is it struggles. It struggles a lot, and so it has been a real effort for him to get his books to the point where he can actually get them out there. So just a fabulous person. Really great person, driven. There's a really neat story in the first interview we did with him where he talks about how his girlfriend, now wife, actually held a torch for him while he was drawing his stories out. Just incredible people doing incredible things, and just a testament to the indies of this world, the people who are doing this out of passion. Because they love it. They love this medium of communication. They love the ability to tell their stories through pictures and art and just simple words. It's so cool. I wish Bazil could have made it. Man, he was so excited. Everybody, he was excited, but literally he got me over some of the info and then was like, the power just went out. I'm like, no.
And his wife couldn't really hold a candle for him to join a live stream. So
no, unfortunately, without the power, he's all he had was the inability to get on the stream. So, but we will see him again. He's such a cool person, and he's striving and just doing great things. He's doing great things. I'm so happy.
And something else to keep in mind, guys, because the pricing on here isn't going to be familiar to a lot of people that watch our stream and that may find this later. And those of you who may listen via podcast rather than watch the live stream, what we're doing is we're actually looking at the checkout process for Bazil's comic, Katango Relics of the Broken Empire, issue 1. It's listed at 150 CFA. When you convert that over, ladies and gentlemen, it's 26 cents USD at the time of recording here. So 26 cents is all it costs for you to help support him. Now, I'm not going to do the Sarah McLachlan music type thing, but 26 cents for a comic book is a pretty good deal. And let's be honest, that's way less than a cup of coffee at this point. So, if you guys can, back this project and do that. I say back like it's a Kickstarter. It's not a Kickstarter. It's a book that's already done. That's the purchase price. It's 26 cents. But if you guys could do us a favor, we always ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the stream. And we're so thankful that you guys do when you do and share us out on social media and stuff like that. But these creators and these different avenues like this, it's so very important for us to share out what they have going on. Just because, it's so hard for Bazil to really reach out around the world. And he's getting it to the point to where he can. But feel free to share out that comic that's in CryptoComics. Anybody can check out that preview. Nobody's got to buy a thing. Nobody's got to do a thing. They can all check it out. They can see Bazil's artwork. They can see his stories. They can see how dynamic that whole book is. And on that last page, it's going to link them over to where they can spend the phenomenal amount of 26 cents for a comic book. I have never once bought a comic book for 26 cents.
Well, and also, something else, if you ain't got the quarter plus a penny, then please leave a review in the marketplace. leave a review on his books in the marketplace. Really check out what he's doing, because it means so much when they come into the marketplace and they see people who have read their story and enjoy their stories. The creators constantly are telling us how neat it is when they actually can come in and see instant feedback on their creations in a system that allows you real time to say, hey, this was great. I love what you did here. I love the color, but leave a review, because that means so much to indie creators. It really helps motivate them and get them through the hard times, because again, most indie creators, they do this out of passion. They have multiple jobs to pay for their feed their families. And so they're really doing it out of pure passion and motivation. And when they see you put a review in and say, man, I really liked your comic, it means so much to them. And that just helps with that motivation and lets them know, hey, you know what, man, just one person telling me that means so much to me. And they keep going, and it just stokes that fire for them. And we all need our fire stoked sometimes. Especially
Jared.
Not all the time for me.
Please stoke Jared.
Stoke my fire. Woo!
Stoke Jared's fire. And Frog Toy says I must be reading that wrong. So on this page, it does say 150,000. When you go to the checkout, it's 150. So I know it's weird. I think it might just be the translation that's going on my desktop when you go through the checkout.
Also, this is he said it was an African-based company that's doing this website, so they themselves might be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
and
I mean,
shopping carts aren't easy.
Very, very cool stuff. The book itself, absolutely awesome. You can find a couple other books, as Jared was saying, from Bazil and from Katongo. So go check it out. Outside of that, I'm not really sure what else we have to say tonight. Should we wrap it?
Look at this. Joe noticed that the last interview was before my glasses.
Sorry, can you say that louder? I'm going to need you to say that louder, Jared.
Okay.
That was messed up. All right. With that, let's wrap this thing up. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification when we go live. It's the only thing that will make it so Jared will stop trying to feed me turkey bacon, guys. Please.
Hey, man, that stuff is lean, buddy. That's what you said. You want to be lean and mean.
I never said that, Jared.
Be lean, not eat crap.
Hey, turkey's not crap.
No, turkey bacon is.
I don't know. I've never tried it. I don't know who would eat that. Like, it's bacon. Bacon! I love